Dear our respected and beloved AGO Media followers, how are you? AGO Media continues to provide with reliable, timely information. To ensure that AGO Media remains a good source of information for you, we ask for your support. If you are new to AGO Media, please share, like and subscribe to help spread the information to many. Now let's dive directly into the commentary presented by Work Debasu. Enat Party, expert in religious manipulation and ethnic incitement for violence. Commentary by Work Debasu. The Enat Party's distinct political platform are constructed around the symbolic use of Saint Mary's identity to influence public perception and manipulate religious sentiment. The term Enat, mother, is carefully chosen to evoke Saint Mary in a subtle but calculated manner. In public statements and discourse, direct references to Saint Mary, the mother of Lord Jesus Christ, are employed to portray the party's image as a defender of the Orthodox faith and to mobilize religious followers in its favor. The party has also prominently used Saint Mary's image in its logo and icons, further embedding religious symbolism into its political agenda through deception. By portraying itself as a protector of Orthodox Christianity, the party has recruited influential cadres within church communities who actively promote its agenda. These individuals disseminate propaganda, shape public opinion, and help the party consolidate a loyal support base. This strategic fusion of religion and politics allows Enat to present itself as morally authoritative while advancing political objectives. Despite presenting itself as a national political party, Enat has advanced ethnic-based rhetoric that contradicts the official program it submitted to the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia. Sadly, in 2024, the party issued a statement supporting atrocities in the Ago Awi zone that have been widely condemned as acts of genocide carried out by Fano and its collaborators. Beyond public endorsement, the party has been accused of organizing, coordinating, and raising funds to support Fano's violent in the region. The party has repeatedly relied on fabricated narratives to incite ethnic hatred, particularly in the Ago Awi zone. For example, in a social media post dated February 18, 2026, it falsely claimed that the houses burned in Mbela and Sorite in 2024 belonged to Amhara residents. If the party's statement had been true, I would have addressed it in my previous series of comments. My position is clear. I stand against injustice, regardless of who commits it. As reported in the previous series publications, verified reports, however, show that the destroyed properties, including homes, grain stores, cattle, towns, and villages, belong to indigenous Ago communities. The destruction of Mbela has been documented in detail even by ESAT, which produced 2 extensive investigative reports confirming the scale and nature of the devastation in 2024. Enat Party's fabrications are not accidental or the result of a slip of the tongue. They are deliberate and serve multiple purposes. First, they create conditions that justify further violence. Second, they provide legitimacy for the Fano forces already stationed in Sorite and surrounding areas after forcibly displacing the indigenous Ago population, thereby enabling continued occupation. Third, they obscure the party's own alleged involvement in the atrocity, diverting attention from its role in displacement, looting, and destruction. Finally, they manipulate public perception by portraying perpetrators as victims, and by normalizing the occupation of Ago land and homes through deception. By exploiting the electoral platform, the Enat Party appears to be reorganizing and mobilizing Fano structures, repeating patterns observed during previous election cycles. Using election processes as a cover for violence constitutes a profound deception and abuse of political institutions and represents a direct threat to public safety, social cohesion, and the rule of law. The deliberate fabrication of narratives, the promotion of ethnic hatred, and the facilitation of armed groups all indicate a coordinated strategy to repeat atrocities while justifying and perpetuating violence and propaganda. If these allegations are accurate, The party is not merely engaging in political propaganda, but in actions that contribute to mass displacement, ethnic targeting, and potentially further genocide. Given the severity of these claims, independent and credible investigations, both national and international, are urgently required. Fact-finding by impartial bodies is essential to establish accountability, uncover the truth, and prevent further harm. Transparency, verification of evidence, and enforcement of legal and humanitarian norms are the only mechanisms capable of countering the deliberate manipulation and violence attributed to the Enat party. Above all, it is unfortunate that they have failed to learn from their past wrongdoings. As I discussed in a series of posts on this platform, some people are open-minded to a voluntary union that can be created through a negotiation process and criteria outlined in previous videos. However, extremist parties such as the Enat party are not only obstacles to such a purpose, they actively threaten it. A genuine association requires equality, respect, and trust, principles that such extremism undermines. Wishing you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you in my next commentary.